Hey guys, welcome back to Jack on Tracks, and in this episode we're going to get the legs on this thing. This should be pretty quick because off camera I did some of the figuring out. My original plans were to have these things so they fold into each other, and with these braces in here I don't have enough room to do that. The other thing that I also need to do was these need to be set back far enough from the edges for clamping, so that's been accomplished by doing what I'm going to do. So what's going to happen is they're going to lay in each other like this, and you'll see a little more when it gets a little bit further along. But they're gonna sit in each other like this, and these bars across the top will be fine. We'll be out of the way. There's not going to be an issue. All right. So let's get going. What I did was I took a scrap of the L girder, I put a couple of pieces on, and I did a little mathematical equation, and it's as close as it's going to get. And I made 4 drill holes because they're going to be different. So what we're going to do is we're just going to drill these out. I'm going to use 1/4-inch bolts, and I'm thinking I'm going to use regular bolts and T-nuts into these things. So bottoms towards the outside. All right. If I do my math right, should have a little room. All right. I think I'll have enough to do what I got to do. So that's that one. A little extra hole, not a problem. So not gonna see it. It's on the end. All right. So we got those drilled out. I'm going to take a Forstner bit, and I'm going to sink the Forstner bit into the side for the nut and bolt. So, but I haven't decided what I'm going to use yet. I don't know if I'm going to use 1/4-inch. Pretty sure 1/4 is the smallest they have. So, but I got to do a little more math on that. But what we can do is we can start setting these legs up. And we'll start drilling these out too. All right, guys, give me half a second, and I'll get this set up. All right, guys, so we got this locked in. It just makes sense to do it the other way. So we're just going to put these in. So that's that. Now, a pencil. All right. If I make it back home, I'm just stuck here in a dream. At the bottom of the ocean, I'm at the bottom. Just gotta do a little research, and we'll come back because I don't know if I'm going to use the 1/4-inch or I'm going to go smaller. I don't know. 1/4-inch seems to be the right size, but I gotta figure it out. So we'll be right back. All right, guys. So we're going to open up these holes a little bit. And And then I'm going to use this to countersink in the hole for the bolt head. And then we're going to do a little extra afterwards. All right. I'm reversing it, so I'm rocking it a little bit just to cut into the wood so it kind of cuts it and didn't like splinter out. All right, so these are drilled out. I drilled out the rest off camera. I wanted to see if I could do it, and I did it. So what I'd like to do is I'm going to clean up the holes. I'll take a little thin CA. Let it soak into the wood. Harden up the surface a little bit. Soaks in pretty good. What's good about this CA is this stuff takes a good amount of time to dry up. So I'm just going to soak up the extra that's in there. But what I got is I got the accelerator. So it's soaking into the wood pretty good. A little shot with the accelerator. Give it a minute or so. I want it to harden everything up. It got in there, hardens everything up. I did it on the other layout. I don't remember if I showed you me doing that, but I did it on that. We just gotta go grab some hardware at the store and we'll be good. These will be installed. We'll have the legs up and ready. We'll finish setting the legs up later on today or tomorrow. Alright guys, be right back. Alright guys, welcome back. So we took a little trip to Home Depot and I got the screws that I needed. I bought bolts and carriage bolts, and off camera, because why would I do it on camera? It's only a YouTube channel where people look at stuff on video. I don't know, but I decided I was going to go with the carriage bolts because they work. I was worried about getting in here in my hands with the wing nuts, but I got plenty of room for the wing nuts. So I'm just going to drill out these holes. Organ them up a little bit, make them a little loosey-loosey. Makes it a little easier for me to line up the holes. So, alright, so what I'm doing is to keep from getting tear out like that on the back, I'm putting a backer plate behind it, and I'm resting it in the on the other piece, because we know it's a little off, it's a little off. But what I'm doing, reversing the drill, all right, coming in on top, going back a few times, rocking it back and forth. See, he's cutting a pretty clean opening right there. Cutting a little cleaner. All right. See, no tear out. A little bit of tear out. Oh. Guess it's better than if I did it without it. So, if you remember yesterday, We put crazy glue, SCA, in the holes. I reamed those out a little bit with the drill bit. And here's what we got. So we got the carriage bolts go through. All right. All right. Washer and the wing nut. We may come back in here later and open up the holes in this leg to almost the next size open, and that's just going to be because I may glue those carriage bolts into the module. So crank this down. It's going to pull the carriage bolts in. That's pretty much that. I'm just going to, off camera, I'm just going to get this top one in, and then I'm going to move stuff around so we can get this on the ground, and you can take a look at what's going on. All right, be right back. All right, guys, so here we go. We got this upside down on the workbench again, and the legs are tight on this side. But what I want to do is I want to make sure I'm pretty squared up to the outside. So we're just going to put a little tension on there, and we'll do this other side too. All right, so this is pretty tight in side to side. All right, so now if you remember in the with the Hot Tracks module, what I did was I basically took the board I was going to use to put in supports here. I put it up to the bottom here because this is going to be the widest it's going to possibly be. Well, to the top, and this is the widest it's possibly going to be. And I put a line on the inside. All right, I'm going to cut on that line, and then I'm going to come over here, up higher, and it gets mounted on there. All right, let me just mark the other side. Move you over here so you can see what I'm doing. Somewhat. See what I'm doing? All right. So this is waist. That's one side. That's the other. This is, and this is. All right. So we know which side it goes on. All right. Be right back. Hey guys. All right. Moving right along. As you can see, I did a little bit of stuff off camera. I just had to get this stuff moving and figure out how we're going to do this. So as you can see, this bar is in, these bars are in. You've seen how I figured this out on the Hot Tracks module. And this basic height is set that a legal box can slide underneath these, because that's basically what I carry all my stuff in, is those legal boxes. So everything is slide underneath here at the shows. So these are actually, it turns out that the cutoffs, two of these cutoffs stacked up, set the perfect height for these. So that's what I used. I stacked them up, clamped it in, clamped it both sides, made sure they were straight, and I drilled them, pilot holes, and then I used the 1-inch screws and screwed those in. So now to figure out these bars, since these are a 1/2 inch in on either side, I took some scrap and I made another little jig. So this is squared up. All right. It's basically 2 pieces of plywood, 1/2-inch plywood stacked together. Mark it. And here comes the test. Perfect. So these are pulled in. This is rock solid base when this is all done. So now we're just going to drill those out. And drill them out with a 1/4-inch drill bit. I got to make sure it's not all the way in on that side. All the way in. Where's my thing? As you can see, when a lot of work gets done, it gets messy. So. All right. Drill bit. All right, that's that. Now, what we got to do is I got to countersink these T-nuts. All right, so T-nuts in there. And then I come over here. I should have got the 2.5s, but I thought they were going to be, 2.5, not 2. All right, so that's where I made my mistake. So this hole is slightly smaller than that T-nut, just a hair, and it's perfect because the T-nut pulls in and is not going to pull out, not going to fall out. Drop in there like that. Obviously, that's not going to be there at the shows. That's tied in. That's tied in. This is absolutely solid. This ain't going anywhere. The other layout, I put a couple of screws in there for some reason to keep it moving around. I'm not having none of that. None of that. This stuff's not moving. It's in. It's in. So, all right, guys, that's pretty much it for this. The only thing we got to do left on these legs is I got to put some blocks on the bottoms of the legs here. I got to put some cleats to put in the adjusters. So we'll work on that, and yeah, then that'll pretty much finish out this video. So let's get hopping on that. Let's clean up a little bit first. All right, guys. So what I did here was I took the cutoffs, and since the piece is going to fit in that cutoff, I measured it and I cut them right there. I stacked them all up in here, pulled strips together, and I drilled straight through so all the holes are the same. All right. All holes are the same. All right. So they're going in sets of 2s. And what we're going to do is with one of them, I'm going to put the T-nut in. To me, it just makes more sense to capture it so it doesn't fall out. So that's what we're going to do. So, fit in there. Metal washes. Great. Bound to happen. It's in there like that. Just gotta get pulled in a little more. And I need a washer. So that's not a problem. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back with a washer. I'm just stuck in a dream. We're going to glue these together. That captures the nut in there. It's not going to come out. And I get a little more girth on the top over there for those. That's what we're going to do. All right. I'm just going to blow these out and move on from there. At the bottom for the ocean. Alright guys, so I'm going to sand this down, get this sanded down a little bit more, and because as you can see, I got a little sloppy with the Alright guys, so what we're going to do is we're going to glue this block in. We're going to use a little CA because it dries quick. CA dries quick, and then the wood glue will tighten the bond later on. So that's gonna hold that one in good. After we're done with this build, yeah, I gotta do some cleaning down here. This has gotten a little bit too crazy. We got this one glued down. A kicker will get in there, get anything going with that. So basically what's going to happen is we're going to replace these two screws with carriage bolts, and they'll be adjustable for height. That was just in there for now, holding everything together. Alright, so I got a disc sander over there. What I'm doing is just cleaning these up because they're a little not even. So let me get to that. Alright, so I'll do that. Alright, so we'll get this one done. That mist, I'm not out of focus. That's just a lot of sawdust in the air. So guys, that's basically it, the legs. I was going to do wiring, but I don't have the wires in stock. I thought I had the right wire. I don't have the right wire. I ordered it. It should be here, but I'm going to work tomorrow. So I'm just going to do that in a separate video. That'll give me more time to set up. Plus this video was a little bit longer than I was expecting it to be. But hey guys, thanks for watching Jack on Tracks. Likes and subscribe. Hit that notification button. Hit that subscribe button, please. And thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.